Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Wilson. You watching EmceeTV The Podcast, coming at you live from EmceeTV Studios in Des Moines, Iowa. As always with me, my bro.
It's your boy Big Ray West, BIGG, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know
Ray, what's good, homie?
what's happening.
We up in here. Y'all. I'm gonna blast this out real quick before we dive into it. It's been a couple days since we got after it. What's new with you? How's everything been?
Man, I'm grateful to be alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to have another day to speak my mind on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Blessed to go to work and provide for my family again, man. It's one of those types of days. New shit, man. I'm dropping this music. I'm doing these shows and I'm networking. You know what I'm saying? Like a up and coming running politician.
Okay.
Shout out to Diggs the Beat. You know, we just dropped a brand new single called Mama Sita
I saw that.
featuring CP. Yeah. I think Diggs the Beat produced it too, man. So I'm excited to be a part of that. That shit came together crazy as hell. I
Okay.
I just happened to be at Lifestyle Juices with my children, you know what I'm saying? Showing them the finer things in life and fucking Diggs the Beat walks in with a breezy and we just chopping it up and catching it up real quick like and then he just mentions that, hey, you know, I'm working with CP too. We're working on another song. And I was like, you know, that's what's up. That's the golden voice type shit. And he tells me about Mama Sita and says he has a third verse open. So, you know, I had to make it do what it do, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mess with that. That's dope. That's dope. I've just been working on the back end of a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? Kind of promote stuff. I dropped a couple of bars the other day, just talking trash about shooting it out with a rhino in the front yard with no socks on, acting a fool.
Yeah, that's very random. And
I said
he's
a
on
rhino.
that shit again.
It was a
He's
triceratops. It
high.
was a triceratops. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was out there. I was out there for a minute. But yeah, man. Oh, test one up in here. Uh he said that's a heat rock. He must be referring to the joints y'all dropped. So
Mama Sita. Yeah, what'd
yeah.
you think of that motherfucker?
So I ain't made it through the whole record yet.
Okay.
I was out. I had to drop. We got some car problems going on right now, so I had
Yep.
to. Was shuffling cars around, and then I had to run one down to the dealership and switch out with the homie, and he picked me up, and so I had to do a little juggling today. But I'm definitely diving into. I'm gonna rip through the rest of the new joint with you and Diamond G, and
Shout out Diamond G.
yep, and I'm gonna spin that Mamacita joint tonight. So I'll report back with a full paragraph and breakdown of my synapses on the next podcast for sure.
So why don't you give me some insight behind these random bars that you decided to give the internet with a graphic? What was the thought process behind that? And you know what was our intentions?
So I'm sharpening up these blades, bro. I'm sharpening up these blades. I had the pen and pad out all morning. I recorded a hook. Got it put together. The homie Black P just commented on the little joint I dropped. He said dope wordplay.
Oh
So
yeah,
I've had a lot of people comment. Frank Mankloke jumped on there. He said that sounded like some old Eminem shit.
yeah, because
Uh,
it does. That's what I told you.
I think Big Ray West said something very similar. So I appreciate that.
Because that's what it
Um,
does sound like.
so yeah, man. You know what I mean? I've just been trying to get in my pocket. I've always been kind of catchy with the words, but my timing wasn't quite dialed in. And now I've been working on trying to get that timing dialed in a lot more and make sure that the rhymes are more intricate too. And I said, hey, I wrote that the other day. I got kind of excited about it, and I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna put it out a cappella. We're gonna see what the world thinks about it, and we'll take it from there. So you know, I mean, I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
dropping little pieces like that, and and
and that's good. You know, I think that's where, as a rapper, that's where the content is going anyway. You know, instead of, I was telling my guys this, instead of shooting my cameraman, James, instead of shooting all these full length music videos, you know, we might have a couple of them, but I think it's going to shorts where people are just getting super, you know what I'm saying, high quality 60 seconds, 80 seconds video of them rapping, you know what I'm saying? Real cinematic shit, you know.
ain't even got to have a hook. I see that dude RJ
Yeah.
Payne. RJ Payne is constantly dropping fire, no hooks. So he'll call it 60 seconds and you're dead or something like that. And he goes
Hmm.
off for 60 seconds. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
And
man. Rob Lowe the Star has been doing that for a long time. And
yeah,
I just watched that formula, you know what I'm saying, make her go viral. It started on Instagram, and then she went viral on Facebook, crossed over, and then I started seeing people in Des Moines sharing her and shit. And I met her a couple years ago, like I said, in Lawrence, Kansas, at the Rich the Factor. So to see that growth from there to now, it's like, man, that that internet work, if you know how to work that social media, it's hella beneficial. And Rob Lowe know what the fuck she doing.
uh, shout out for Test One for jumping up in here with us today. Much love. I did see that. Speaking of Rich the Factor, he just dropped a new album the other day. I saw it had the Chronic all over the front of it. I didn't get a chance to spin it yet, but
Yeah, I'm on that. That dropped probably like 2 weeks ago. Roast from Concrete Part 3.
oh, okay,
Yeah, that artwork is crazy. The purple ass chronic bug coming out
yeah,
the concrete. You know what I'm saying? That's just simple as fuck, but solid as hell. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
My YouTube what is it? YouTube Music suggested it to me the other day, along with like 5 other albums. So I guess I thought it
That's
just dropped,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
On YouTube, on the YouTube music, it'll keep a new recommendation in rotation for a couple weeks.
okay,
Especially if you don't get to it. It's like, hey boy, we told you it's here.
right,
All
right.
right.
Just your last reminder before we take it out. Get your
You
shit
know what I'm
together.
talking about? But yeah, hey, shout out Chris the Scratch, man. Hey, Rich the Factor is always doing what it do, man. He ain't never stopped, never won't, never will stop type shit. Like over what we say, man, we looked up the number, man, over 180 or 200, some crazy ass amount of albums or some shit.
Yeah, he stays dropping heat. Speaking of somebody else that constantly is dropping heat, DZ dropped another record the other day. I was just talking to
Yeah,
him, and we stay in contact ever since that first link up, and we've been chatting here and there, and he's busy, man. He's always DZ's always got something new in the mix. I was jamming that new record with him and Domino. That's super strong, and then
yeah.
he just dropped something else too. It was
He dropped a joint with a
Matt
motherfucking
Black.
nah.
Oh, that's old joint.
I'm talking about the album with Drew Down.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And then he just put out that old ass footage with Mess.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when they
That
were
was exciting
corrupt,
to see.
yeah. When they was working on that West Ride, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I saw a video somebody had, or not a video, a still image somebody had posted a messy Marv the other day.
Mm.
Don't look like he's doing very well. So thoughts and
I
prayers
think
to him.
from the little research I did, and I didn't do much, you know what I'm
Sure.
saying? I ain't no motherfucking investigator, but the little click backing that I did do, it seemed that Juice, you know what I'm saying, OG Juice posted the picture of Messy Marv, or he was
Okay.
he was one of the original guys allegedly that posted the picture of him looking not so hot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And there's a mixed crowd. A lot of people are saying, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then you got people on there saying we need to rally together and help this man. And then you got people just still paying respect, like they don't care what the fuck he look like. He's still a legend. He's still the king of this shit. And there's a whole bunch of different mixed feelings about it. But I think ultimately it's cool to see the fans rallying in the comments for respect.
For sure.
People talk about, well, let's chip in, let's put a fund together, and let's get them into rehab, and let's people are actually brainstorming and shit, and that's beautiful for the city to try to take care of one of their legends when he's not looking so well.
Yeah. No, I think it's great when people still want to support somebody like that. You know what I mean? They're like, man, you gave me a lot of joy and years of music.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I can throw not a lot of money, but you know what I mean? I'll throw 10, $20 into the pot to help out. Let's see where it
yeah.
goes, you know?
Mess was that guy for me too, man. Back in the early 2000s, man. Sheesh.
Yeah.
It was dog. He was tough, dog, and it seemed. I'm not gonna say it seemed. It was hella authentic,
Right.
like it was. It was like the second coming of that thug life music. You know what I'm saying? That pop type shit, but it had that Bay Area swag to it. Sibo filled those shoes too as well when after '96 when Pac passed, but ain't nobody ever gonna be Pac. But Messy Murph, he filled a big gap in that spot, man.
Yeah, he held it down for a long time. So
Put the Bay on. I don't want to say put the Bay on the map, but put a lot of light. You know what I'm saying on San Francisco rap, man. Like Mess
real
was
talk.
tough, man. Shout out to Cash Lord Mess.
Most deaf. Most deaf. Um, Man, well, we might as well just get into it. Do you want to go? You want to take the first topic, or you want me to go first?
Man, go ahead, dog.
All right, all right. So this new one, uh, apparently somebody, I didn't get a chance to read the whole article. I skimmed through it real quick. Um, it caught my attention though. This one came in from Hot New Hip Hop. Images from No Jumper. It says the game taunts 50 Cent during a club appearance in New York. I got kicked out of G Unit. I'm just a fucked up dude. Somebody tell Fifth I'm here. Uh, so it sounds like he's taunting him a little bit, which is usually the other way. 50's usually the person taunting somebody. So this kind of caught my attention because it was somebody else taunting 50 this time. Um, and everybody knows that they history goes a long ways back. But the article goes on to say the game has some choice words for 50 Cent during a New York hip hop appearance. This comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. The game was kicked out of 50 Cent's G Unit a long time ago, but today it's very clearly still on his mind. The game is one of the most legendary and quite frankly underrated MCs of this generation. Albums like the documentary are classics, and to this day, Game still has the skill to make a masterful album. He has the respect of his peers, especially Drake, who recently flew him out amid rumblings of an Iceman features list. The game was kicked out of 50 Cent's G Unit a long time ago, but to this day, it's very clearly still on his mind. The game is one of we're circling back around here. This article repeated itself. However, there have been times when the public opinion around the game has been less favorable than favorable. For instance, during the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, there was the sense that Game was jealous of Kendrick after failing to appear at the pop out. Those rumblings even became those rumblings became even more pronounced. It was difficult for Game to navigate, and to this day, some rap fans look at him in some type of way. This is also true of his situation with G Unit, which happened over 2 decades ago. As it turns out, the G Unit dismissal, I apologize, the G Unit dismissal still weighs heavily on him. Case in point, the Game was performing in New York at a club recently, and it led to some choice words for 50. I got kicked out of G Unit, Game began. I'm just a fucked up dude. Somebody tell Fifth I'm here. It was a lot of bizarre segment, and there did appear to be some general confusion in the crowd. Meanwhile, some fans on No Jumper felt as though the game was being a sore loser. Game equals young Dame Dash, one person wrote. Let it go, said another. Needless to say, these are not the kinds of things people want to see from the game in 2026. Despite all of this, he still has the capacity to make good music. Hopefully he uses that energy and crafts something that fans will be able to connect with. Perhaps a verse on Iceman is still in the cards. Ray, give me your thoughts and opinions on this.
So I don't think it's any surprise or any question. I think we all know that the game can make quality records. His last efforts with DJ Drama, those were solid in my opinion. So we know the music's still there. He can still make great music. We also know he's going to use that mouthpiece. He's gonna talk that shit and say controversial things, and he's gonna pull all of his tricks out the bag. If it worked in the past, he's gonna pull it out today. Like he's trying to trying to grab some of his past fans. I feel like back when he was going hard on G Unit, he's trying to reignite that fire in some of his older fan base and shit. I don't know.
Have
I'm
you
not
heard
surprised by it at all, though.
so I definitely think that he was a talented artist and still is. He definitely had my attention. I thought he had a lot of potential in the beginning days. I didn't like the way he came at Dr. Dre after the falling out, but that's kind of their personal stuff. Except, some of the stuff he said I thought was disrespectful to somebody that essentially put you on in the beginning and gave you a chance. But I guess that's his personal take on the situation, and that's how I personally saw it. But I I also have seen a lot of stuff on Instagram and different social media sites, maybe even Facebook, I think, where people have had screenshots of him DMing them and saying, "I like your music. I'd like to work with you," this and that, and he's essentially robbing his fans that want to collab and feature from him. And so, to me, that is. I mean, for somebody that's essentially a multimillionaire and is talented, working with DJ Drama, potentially working with Drake again, it's kind of shocking to see him out there dipping in the pockets of the fans that buy his albums. You know what I mean? The people that still have enough love for him that want to do a feature with him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's well documented, man. I've seen TikTok clips and YouTube shit about artists making videos where the game took money but didn't deliver verses, or so that's unfortunate. You never want to see them robbing the culture and robbing the fans and people that essentially made you who you are by supporting you. You know, am I surprised though, man? Man, people will do some wild shit for the money, man. It's unfortunate, like it feels like I feel like they once they get to a certain level, well, I'm gonna just I'm gonna just play him and him and him, I'm big, that'll never come to surface. Like ain't nobody gonna ever know. Like I just take that money and not deliver. And once they start stacking up, now you got a whole team of motherfuckers against you,
Well, and
screenshotting DMs and shit, and
it I mean, so we've seen this in the past, and it shocks me that some hungry young district attorney doesn't get on board with it and take a collection of these people. You know what I mean? Because once you get 5, 10 people that have essentially been defrauded over the internet, that's wire fraud. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden you're in an ugly spot. You know what I mean? I don't think they're thinking long term when they do this. They're thinking a quick hustle. But these dudes are. I mean, you're flirting with some sketchy shit. You know what I mean? You could catch some charges over this.
there's no contracts though. I get that there's evidence of messages exchanged,
and
but
and then the Cash App or PayPal or whatever.
yeah, there's probably a paper trail, but there was never no agreements. Like I ain't sign off on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I
I
saw
don't know.
M80 said that. Get your
Yeah,
paperwork.
yeah,
Get your paperwork.
exactly.
He's
And that's
commented on a
exactly
couple
what
of
I'm
them.
basing that off of.
Yeah.
That DM shit is only gonna go so far. You know what I'm saying? Um, Artists, man, if this is what I say, if there's somebody willing to pay you money, their hard-earned money to rap, man, perform, deliver for them, paperwork or no paperwork, like
Amen.
that's crazy. Like I'm paying you my money to rap, dog. Like you're getting paid to rap.
And clearly I'm a fan, right? I admire your work. And I'm
Oh my
saying, would you
god,
compose something for me? I'd like to work with you. And you got the audacity to grab my bag and run?
dog. I can never. I can't even fathom taking somebody's money, somebody that wants to pay Big Ray West to rap with them on a record or give them a verse, whatever the fuck, and just take their money and just not perform. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole goal is to get paid to rap.
Right. Well, not only that, like
Fuck.
when you get this dope ass verse on this other dude's record, he's gonna go and promote that. Ideally, you guys promote it together, right? And then that becomes your grassroots foundation for the next person that wants a feature. And then this thing steamrolls, and you make money off of features, and you grow your fan base even more, and you stay more relevant in the game. It's a self fulfilling prophecy that's beneficial.
See, and that's the thing, that keyword beneficial. I'm thinking that the only benefit for people of the game's caliber and people like that, the only benefit is the money. He's not gaining anything from working with whoever paid him the money, because working with a guy that got what 2,000 to 10,000 k followers, that's not really beneficial to the game, other than the cash I'm collecting. But
I
that
would
still
go
that
ahead.
still that still doesn't mean you shouldn't deliver though.
Right. I mean, I would say. sometimes you catch a diamond in the rough that one day you're like, man, this dude was yesterday had this many followers, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, whoof, this track comes out with the game and he got overnight 20,000 followers, you know what I mean? Or
The
whatever,
game the game is already peaked though.
I would
You
agree.
know, there's nobody he can, surprisingly work with that's gonna put him back on top of his career levels. You know what I'm saying? Like,
When I would only thing I'd argue with on that, somebody put out an AI. It looked like it was AI, an AI image of him and Dr. Dre, and it said the game and Dr. Dre squash beef. I literally saw it yesterday or day before,
yeah.
and it said they reunite and squash the beef.
Okay, so my rebuttal to that would be look at what Missionary did. Very underwhelming. That was very, very
It was a
hyped
great
up.
record, but
Sales wise,
yeah,
they would say it did underwhelming numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit on the project, but if Snoop and Drake couldn't rekindle it, you telling me Drake can rekindle it with Game and be commercially successful? It's possible, but if Snoopy struggled with it, I'm inclined to believe the Game would too.
right.
But
Uh,
maybe they're two different guys, two different generations.
that's the only thing I would say would be maybe the younger generation would tap in a little more. Do you think?
Game got to be every bit of motherfucking 46, dog.
Yeah,
So this young generation shit, I don't know about that. I don't know if we can even get away with saying that shit no more.
that's true.
Game's
That's
OG
true.
status.
Do you think people, maybe more so my age, because I got 10 years on you, do you think people my age are tapping in on social media? Like I'm gonna be honest, I am derelict to duty when it comes to tapping in on social media. You know what I mean? I post every once in a while. You know what I mean? I drop some shit and I try and get on there. But what I mean, if I get wrapped up in my day, there'll be days I don't open my phone for. I mean, for text messages I do, but if it don't come directly to me, I don't get a chance to look at Facebook or whatever. You know what I mean? Do you think that is a common thing, or you think I'm unique in that matter?
I think you're unique in that matter, especially being involved in music and having online businesses such as podcasts and releasing records. Like, that's all my social media is about daily,
Yeah,
posting shorts and promoting shows and albums. Like, I couldn't even imagine not opening my Facebook or social media for one whole day. Like, for real, bro, because you got to stay ahead of the algorithm.
right.
You miss a day without posting, you're back to 2 likes per post, 1 like per post.
That's
Like,
true.
I've been posting content every single day for 23 weeks in a row.
Has it? Have you seen a
Definitely,
beneficial growth?
definitely.
Okay.
And I added I was like, fuck it, let's see. I added my blue check on Facebook and shit and Instagram, and I would have to say the engagement has definitely changed. Uh,
Really? Okay.
I went from I went from probably 5 to 10K monthly views. Now I'm averaging anywhere from 35 to 55 monthly views. Thousand, you
Right.
know.
Do you think, are you intentionally focusing on Facebook and Instagram versus YouTube? Do you think there's more
I
benefit
do
for
all
an
three.
artist?
Them are the only
Oh,
three I
okay.
focus on. I
Okay.
deleted X. I deleted TikTok. I deleted all my other social media. All I got is motherfucking YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and I post on those three at least 5 to 10 times every single day.
Oh shit.
Every single day
Okay. Do
for the
you think
last
it's,
22 weeks, 23 weeks.
you don't think that that's too much content? Yet it's
Nope,
drowning folks? No.
nope, nope,
Okay.
nope.
I need
That's
to I
how
need to step my
you got
game
to
up.
stay relevant.
I'm
That's how
gonna
you
take
got to stay
notes.
relevant.
Yeah.
Because you think when you see a short, how many times do you, not often, but when you watch a short on YouTube or TikTok, how many times do you go back and watch a short or
I
go
mean, if it,
find that short?
so if I
Not
find
very often.
right, if I find one that's catchy, I'll send it to 20 people. You know what I mean? If I'm
Yeah,
like, oh man, this shit had me rolling, y'all got to see this,
yeah,
and then I usually hang it up.
yeah. For the most parts, man, shorts are viewed one time, like thrown out. Seen it, out of here, done with it. What's on
Right.
that? What's the next one? What's the
Yeah.
next one? Liked it, comment, never going back to it. You know what I'm saying? What's the next one?
It was a moment in time. I don't need to revisit it.
Yeah, bro. So I just try to My YouTube is jumping. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything organic though. You know, I'm not paying for any advertisement. I'm not running any ads of any kind on nothing. I'm
Just post, post, post.
just post, man,
I
and
love it.
the numbers are growing.
Okay, I'm gonna step my game up. I'm taking advice from Ray West. See that right there, y'all. If you tuned in to MCTV today, you got a free dose of Big Ray West and fucking with the algorithm and how to take this shit to the next level.
This man said there's days where he doesn't even open his social media, and he's on a podcast.
I, I mean,
What?
so okay, so I won't necessarily open the social media, but YouTube has a separate app for
Yes,
looking
sir.
at their analytics. So I do look at that one on a daily, but sometimes I don't necessarily.
Bro, you need to be posting shorts at least once a day
I gotta tap in
and
more. I gotta,
promote your
and we
podcast.
got a box full of them too.
Yeah,
Gotta start burning through them.
yeah, we gotta let the folks know we here.
Amen, amen. All right,
But
one
on
more.
to some other shit. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk tip.
Let's do it.
Um, Brett Davis, USA Today is the credit for the image. Article comes in via hotnewhiphop.com. Headline reads T.I. announces the King Succession Tour with King and Damani. How do we buy tickets to this? It says T.I. is taking his sons Damani and King on tour just in time for the release of his final album, Kill the King. Next month, T.I. will be unleashing his final album, Kill the King, upon the hip hop world. Overall, this is promising to be true. This is promising to be a true celebration of the legendary artist's career. Singles like Let 'Em Know have been viral sensations, and it feels as though T.I. is in the midst of a true renaissance. He wants to leave the game on a high note, and you can't help but to appreciate that. On Tuesday, T.I. announced that he will be following up his album with the King Succession Tour. This will consist of a limited run of dates beginning in July and ending in August. The tour will take the artists all throughout the United States, and there are 10 dates in total. What is truly special about the tour is that he will be taking his sons with him, hence the name the King Succession Tour. Steve, what are your thoughts on this limited tour with T.I. and his sons?
You know, it doesn't do a whole bunch for me. I like Ti. I'd like to see more of a roster on there. I don't really check in for the young fellas, but maybe they got a big following. Again, maybe that was one of the days I didn't open up my social media and I missed out on something dope that they're dropping. But I mean, Ti is a classic artist. He's one of them guys. So I would definitely check in for him. But I want to see somebody else on that tour with him that reels me in a little bit. I saw Ti rock the mic at the top of the Cromwell in Vegas a handful of years ago. He puts on a phenomenal performance. He's a very energetic entertainer, and well worth buying the ticket. But the family tour doesn't necessarily sell me. Ray, what are your thoughts?
I think I think the family aspect is beautiful. That wouldn't be the selling point for me. I think the selling point is, this is it. This is the last album, like
Last
Kill the
chance.
King, the King Succession Tour, like this is the last run, you know. I think that's the selling point for me. I have some interest. Let's see where these 10 cities are located at. You know what I'm saying? Let's see that. I'm
Yeah.
not respectfully though, I'm not going to all the way out west to the west coast, I'm not going to Florida or no shit, I'm hey, you got to bring it to the Midwest too.
Yeah. You're saying you might make a move down to Kansas City if it was convenient.
Okay, talk to me. Kansas
Yeah.
City is very ideal. St.
Minneapolis is a
St. Louis,
possibility.
St. Louis, Minneapolis might be pushing it.
Okay. Omaha. Omaha's
Omaha,
within.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Omaha, Kansas City
I can
range.
reach it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
That's feasible because I've never seen him either, and I know how. He's a he's fucking he's a legend. He's a
Without a doubt.
Southern legend. Yeah.
Yeah. Been
So
repping Atlanta for a long time.
yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to traveling a few hours out of my jurisdiction to catch Tip and his children. You know what I'm saying? And that let him know is like it's a viral sensation. That is an absolute smash. Shout out to Skateboard Pete.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's definitely slamming on that one. I'm gonna hit this last one for us real quick, and then I got to slide only because we're creeping in on Taekwondo time a little bit here. Um,
What's up?
yeah, you know what I mean. I gotta Got to get in there. I got to get my stretch on. Is really what it is. I've been tardy for some classes, and I need to get my stretch on before I get up in there and try kicking, or I'm gonna mess around and pull a hammy. We still got to talk sports because there are some other hammy injuries.
Yes, he do.
All right, we talking UGK. Where are we at? I got the image. It just wouldn't move. All right, there we go. We're talking UGK. If you don't know, that's Bun B and Pimp C. This article comes in from Click2 Houston. It says Bun B announces UGK been riding dirty, celebrating 30 years of Southern hip hop classics. Legendary rapper and hometown icon Bun B is returning to the stage for one night only.
See, that's them exclusive ass concerts. The hell with that fucking 30, 40, 50 date shit. You want motherfuckers to pop up? I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, no, it's big facts. I mess with it. August 1st at Smart Financial Center for UGK Been Riding Dirty, celebrating 30 years of groundbreaking hip hop. A project from UGK that helped define Southern hip hop. Originally released in 1996, Riding Dirty didn't just make noise, it made history. At a time when regional voices were still fighting for national recognition, UGK carved out a sound and perspective that would go to influence generations of artists. Now, 3 decades later, that legacy is taking center stage in a way fans have never seen before. This isn't your typical concert. The evening will feature a full start-to-finish live performance of the album, with each track thoughtfully brought to life as part of a larger story, one that reflects the culture, experiences, and Houston roots that shaped it all. Expect a fully immersive production that blends music with moments of reflection, giving fans a deeper look at both the album's impact and its continued relevance today. Event details include start is Friday, August 1st, 2026. It's going to be at the Smart Financial Center. Tickets are $40 and up with VIP packages available. Pre-sale begins May 6th and 7th to the general public and starts on May 8th. Ray, what are we thinking?
I think that's awesome as hell. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bun Beta. Legendary. You hate to see that Pimp C isn't alive to experience this moment, but
real talk.
Bun B is keeping it alive, and you love to see that part of the game. 30 years, at a Smart Financial Center. If I was in that jurisdiction, man, I'd be there.
Yeah, no question.
And tickets are starting at $40. Got VIP packages and shit. It's on a Friday night, like one night only, man. Like that's that shit that's exclusive.
History,
bro.
I think you're going to see a big pop out of dudes like Paul Wall, Lil Kiki, Lil Flip.
Probably everybody that featured on the album.
Yeah, well, I mean, and more. You know what I mean? I think there's going to be all the Houston heavyweights are going to be out there. You know what I mean? Trade the Truth, Zero.
That's gonna be hard. I might have to look into going to that month. That's on a Friday too. I could pull that off.
Hey, I catch a flight. I'll be down there.
Man, that's just fire, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be the who's who of Houston hip hop, without a doubt.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bun B, man. UGK is they trendsetters, dog.
Iconic.
Trendsetters, man, and that Southern hip hop shit,
Yep.
They like Outkast.
For sure.
Trendsetters.
Yep. There's moments in time where dudes have come out and put on for their city and really put the imprint on this hip hop stuff that we love. And UGK definitely came out of PA, Texas, and really held it down and put on. You know what I mean?
Who'd you like better, rapping wise, Bun B or Pimp C?
I mean, they mesh so well together. You know what I mean? It's hard to pick one, but I think I probably gotta go. Ooh, Bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was more aggressive, like, shut the fuck up and catch this shit. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. But Pimp C, I mean, like I said, they were iconic. Together, unbeatable.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit they did on Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z. Look how iconic that was. The South and New York.
Keeping it up in my hood.
All my leather and wood. In my hood, they call me what? Yeah, that shit go hard as hell, bro. Icons.
See, Bombita.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just wood wheel gripping. You know what I mean? Like just
So,
repping Texas to the max.
Port Arthur.
Yep, for real. Hopefully they say that about us one day. Them motherfuckers put on for Des Moines like you wouldn't believe back in the day, bro.
Dog, the legacy I'm leaving behind, dog, it's gonna be hard for him to mention Iowa rap without mentioning Big Ray West, dog. Like I rep this Iowa shit hard as fuck. They just
Hell
don't know
yeah.
I'm alive yet, you know. But when they once once somebody cracks it off and they start googling Iowa history and rap music and shit like that, oh, he's gonna be in the files. His music's coming up.
No question.
You type in Iowa rap now, something probably come up.
Yeah. Did you notice on that little graphic, the joint that I did the other day? I had the tattoos on there and everything.
Yeah, you was a wild boy, dog.
I'm
You was a
bringing it in
wild
right
boy.
now. I'm bringing it in right now.
What would we do that for?
We're gonna talk about it. I can't even. I wish I could remember them bars right now. I spit.
I mean, that's why I thought we were going.
I spit that shit right now. Uh, uh, yeah, man. I wish. But
Motherfucking Lakers play tonight.
like, yeah, we gotta get the NBA on here real quick. Man, I'm gonna bring this graphic in. We're gonna discuss it for 2 seconds, and then we're talking basketball, and I gotta go. Yeah. So full disclosure, this graphic was made with AI, but all I did was put my bars in there. I tweaked it a few times, and this joint came out kind of crispy. You know what I mean? Like you give it a little direction, a couple of pictures, and it can do some wild shit with that AI.
Hey, and we appreciate you letting folks know that it was AI because there's so many people trying to act like they've been in the lab creating when it's a chat GPT graphic.
Yeah, no, that was
If
that
you,
was Google
if you
Gemini.
use if you use AI, just say that if somebody asks you. I'm not saying you have to drop something and automatically, let people know. If you choose to, that's great. That's better for us. But if somebody asks you about it, keep it funky, man.
Yeah,
Stop taking AI credit. I hate that shit.
yeah. Nah, but the graphic came out dope, man. You know what I mean? I just said put me a little album together, a little album cover together. These are some parameters, and then, yeah, I mean, I look redneck as hell in the first one, so I said, "But you can put some muscle on this motherfucker." You know what I mean? Do this, do that. Oh, bro, they had me out there looking like Hank Hill from King of the Hill. I said, "Come on now,
Damn it, Bobby.
well, yeah, what the hell? I mean, what the Sam Hill? What are we doing?" And so after a couple of tweaks, you know what I mean, he ended up with some guns, the Detroit hat,
Oh
some
my
tattoos. You know what I mean? Look a little
god.
more like me.
So make him
Uh,
look gangster.
you know what I mean? Put the G on it. Come on now.
I put the
Uh,
G in the
but
gangster. I
nah, it
put the
was
G
it
in
was fun.
gigolo.
It was fun. All right, basketball. My Timberwolves pulled it off last night. We took down game one against
Spurs.
the Spurs. Yes, sir. And there was some allegations that Wemby might have been doing some goaltending. They said they'd like the refs to keep an eye on that next go round. Tonight is the OKC against the LA Lakers. What are we thinking, bro?
I mean, sheesh. I mean, I know we're in over our heads. It's going to be a very, very, very difficult task to stay above water and not drown.
They're saying AR-15 should be back out. He should be on the court, right? But Luka's still
Oh
down.
God! Even when we were fully at our full strength, we went 0-4 against OKC in the regular season. Okay, we just can't fuck with them. All right. Um, Stranger things have happened though in pro sports. I recall people at the beginning of the first series against the Houston Rockets. I recall a whole bunch of the Lakers have zero chance of winning this series. Stephen A. Smith said that specifically.
Oh,
Yes, he did. And we won that series. Okay. I'm hearing similar things about this Oklahoma City thing. Am I naive enough to believe or say that the Lakers are going to win this series like confidently? No, I'm not going to say that. I know how good OKC is. I will say the Lakers will get one game. Will that game be tonight? I'm not willing to bet on that either. But we're going to get one. There's not going to be a need for a broom. I'm confident in that.
okay.
Okay.
No
OKC
sweeps.
is favored by 15 points tonight. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oof, that's heavy. That's heavy. I'm with you. We're gonna say Lakers in 5. We're gonna say Lakers in 5.
Holy fuck. You sound like Shannon Sharp.
That's why I said it.
Just loyal as fuck. You know what I'm saying? No realism in your mind. Just a slave to the team. I don't get down like that. But
the homie True be yelling that all day. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Yeah, he's not realistic, man.
He's not realistic. Wishful thinking. He thinks he's gonna speak it into existence.
Yeah. Black people don't hope. We wish.
I'm gonna be pulling for you guys. We had a gang of people up in here, man. Much props to everybody that jumped in here today. Test 1, I think, is the winner. Ray, tell them what they won.
Shit, I don't know, man. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. I ain't giving up nothing. Giving them boys nothing.
We got a bag of 0 THC gummy bears that are expired only by 1 year. Test 1, you can swing by and pick it up from the studio anytime you like, sir.
And who's gonna win in Detroit and Cleveland? That's about to tip off.
Ooh, Detroit held in there. I think Cleveland had to play last night, didn't they? No, they had a day off. I was gonna say
game 1.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that they were just coming off of their last win, so I thought they might be a little more winded than Detroit. I thought Detroit had a longer gap in between, but Detroit's been looking tough. I'm gonna go Detroit.
It's going Detroit. Okay, y'all heard it right here. Steve has Detroit over Cleveland for game 1.
Yeah. All right. Salute. Appreciate everybody joining us, tapping in, watching, sharing, supporting the podcast, liking, commenting. We're at like 10,200 subs. I'm not gonna give us the day-by-day update, but the subs have been growing immensely, especially since we're starting to drop some shorts.
Hell yeah, bro.
We'll be in there dropping a lot more shorts. But as always with me, my bro.
This your boy Big Ray West, B-I-double-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know.
And they do know. Until next time, we out, y'all. Peace.
Been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jumps. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us. Them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck them like Smokey off the angel dust. My life's so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, softer than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't